Chelsea Denofa is going to step it up in a major way. I can guarantee it. Sometimes he burns the meatloaf, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just gets after it and turns up the heat. So we'll see. What do you expect here, Ryan?
It's hard to know what to expect with Mr. Denofa.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by his sort of restraint, let's say, in the first.
You said patience
first battle.
was the word, which
patience,
I thought fit perfectly.
I think that his patience was properly done. Maybe just a little bit closer.
Okay.
Because I chose Chelsea, I'm just putting myself in the other judges' positions, and maybe they expected him to be a little bit more aggressive.
All right, here we go. So the one more time battle between Denofa, the Pennzoil, Nitto Tires, Mustang RTR, Spec 5FD. There we go, Denofa, big angle. And Holovnia tucks in, mimicking that angle, and now proximity. He straightens out, going past that inside clip. Holovnia straightens out once again. That's going to be a big downfall for Holovnia, but Denofa finds the crease and sets that Nitto Tire G2 right inside of it. Holovnia takes that BC Racing tropical trackside clipping points as a little souvenir back to Ukraine with them, but no, he drops it right there. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. So maybe a little bit of pressure here, Ryan, taking a look at it again.
As you watch Chelsea Denofa get initiated, you can see Holovnia taking a bit of a compromise line to gain that proximity. But this is where it starts to fall off for Holovnia. He has a poor transition there before. He has low angle. The transition isn't great, and then he doesn't have a good line either from this point to the finish, essentially. And this is where, you see somebody doing really well in one battle, but you have to be consistently good from battle to battle to battle. And Holovnia maybe needs to work on the consistency side. He did amazing on that first battle, but it fell apart a little bit in the chase on this first run of this battle. So we saw some errors in the chase position. Now going to the lead, Chelsea did a great job in the lead. Holovnia now needs to put on a very high-level lead run here to compete with what Chelsea did in his lead. In the chase position, Chelsea needs to position his car properly and still exhibit that patience that he did on the first battle, right? He needs to be patient, but he still needs to have a level of aggressiveness that gets his car positioned properly and closely to Holovnia. But after watching that chase, is he going to be a little concerned of Holovnia's ability to put together that good lead run and get close to him? So
I would say that if Chelsea makes a mistakeless run and just does what he needs to do, he'll get the victory here. But Holovnia, oh boy,
that's unfortunately
that's a massive hit. Let's make sure they're okay. Holovnia straightens out Chelsea's vehicle, and that's a lot of critical parts there up on the bank as well. Make sure Chelsea's okay.
Yeah, this is the risk of...
Let's lay out, make sure they're all right.
Yeah. Chelsea's okay. All right, we just heard that.
All right, we are getting thumbs up from our safety crew here. You saw the attitude of the vehicle jump up. That's going to be a cleanup there in aisle 1. Holovnia, you saw him correct.
Look at the fluid coming
snapped
down.
to the wall. Make some noise for him. Chelsea Denofa and Holovnia. Alex Holovnia from Ukraine, from Kiev. Chelsea Denofa, now resident here in Florida once again. That's going to be a hard hit. You got to think here, RTR. There you go, waving some hands. Holovnia and Denofa. So a hard hit. There's going to be a big cleanup here. We got a lot of fluids out there on track. And with that mistake, I think you guys can judge it here. It was Holovnia. Watch this initiation, that back end, and just whips him into the wall. Here we go.
Yeah,
Boom.
He was just, the line was taking him up closer and closer to the wall, so he tried to take angle out of the car, but it wasn't enough. It was too little too late, and he ended up getting in the wall, and Chelsea had nowhere to go. Like I was saying earlier, this is that risk of being close to somebody that you maybe don't have 100% confidence behind. And this is the result of that happening. Holovnia just pushed a little too hard in the lead. He knew he had to. He knew he had to put together a great lead run, and unfortunately just pushed a little bit too hard, and Chelsea was right there with nowhere to go. But Chelsea was doing exactly what he needed to do in the chase position. He was positioning himself properly. You could see he was in the pocket. He was on throttle. He was within proximity. It's everything that he was supposed to be doing. So, of course, no fault to Chelsea here whatsoever with what happened. The fault is entirely on Holovnia in the lead position. I believe all the judges have their votes in, but I think we know which way this is going to go.
All right, you can see Chelsea already inspecting the car, Holovnia. So, I'm assuming, unofficially, Chelsea Denofa will get the win. Holovnia with a mistake. Given after that first run, Holovnia need to step it up. Just unfortunately goes into the wall. Chelsea spins out. You can already see he's on the phone telling the guys, all right, we got the victory. We're going to have a halftime break, but let's get it dialed because guess what? With him getting the win, he'll go against Chris Forsberg, who had one of the most phenomenal runs, not only just a lead, but a chase to take out RCP. And those guys have history. They've gone against each other. They've seen some great battles against each other. And obviously three-time champion Forsberg. Chelsea has yet to win a championship, but always a contender. He's won events. He knows how to get it done. He knows this track. Probably top three, maybe even one of the top drivers that has drifted here at OSW. Hence why, obviously, he's got a fan here. So, taking a look at, the Ford team, they're so deep, so they're sharing, between James Dean, Adam LZ, Chelsea Denofa. You got 3 cars here. They got corners. They got history here. Vaughn Gittin Jr., 2012, he's a 2-time champion. Ford has a lot of history in the Formula Drift Championship. Let's take a look at the iconic brand that is Ford.